will be on overview of higher education. So basically, I'm going to share with you the slide, and I'm going to actually send you the slides that I'm using through the temporary WhatsApp group that I have created this morning. So allow me to share the slide with you. So are we able to see the first slide, an overview of higher education, goals and concepts? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so insyaAllah, let's begin. First and foremost, I would like to welcome all. If you do not feel welcome, do not be sad. You are always welcome. So this is kursus asas pembelajaran dan pengajaran. However, when I look at the participants' names, I realize that some of you have actually a lot of experience. So maybe we take this as a refresher course in order to improve or to retrain, or we do things differently now. So maybe we want to know something more about teaching and learning. And let's have a look at these statistics. This was taken from the statistic issued by Kementerian Jabatan Pendidikan Tinggi Malaysia. Now, if you look at this, you realize that there's only one orange colored person here. The rest blue colored. And this is actually lesser than 1% of the total students enrollment in Malaysian public universities is in UPNM. Basically, we have only about 4,148 out of 538,555 number of students enrollment in Malaysian public university. Now, if you look at this, do you feel that you are not important because you are educating lesser than 1% of the students enrollment in Malaysian public universities? Let's have some thoughts on this. Let's ask Dr. Arniati. What do you think of the statistic? Okay. Let's ask Dr. Hanis Shahira.
Hey, Prof.
Do you think that kita ni tak penting sebab hanya mengajar lesser than 1% daripada enrollment in Malaysia? Penting tak agaknya tugas kita di UPNM ni?
Penting sebab UPNM ni kan universiti butik dan kita masih lagi baru compare tu ada universiti awam yang lain.
Bagus, penting. Butik. Apa maksud butik tu ya, Dr. Hanis?
Bagi saya butik universiti benda yang berbeza lah berbanding dengan universiti awam yang lain. Sebab universiti tu yang produce bakal-bakal pegawai tentera, and then percentage pegawai kadet pun adalah besar lah compare to ada universiti awam. Kalau kata universiti awam yang lain, banyakkannya ada macam 4 lapis kan, tapi student UPNM ni special compare to ada universiti lain. Macam itulah.
Okey, terima kasih Dr. Hanis. Mari kita tanya Komander Najib Besara. Komander Najib?
Ya Prof, ada ni Prof.
Penting tak walaupun kita mengajar lesser than 1% of bakal-bakal graduan di Malaysia ni, universiti awam? Penting tak?
Saya rasa sangat penting, even though dia punya percentage sangat kurang, tapi saya rasa kita perlu melihat dari segi secara yang menyeluruh. Even though secara kolektif daripada semua universiti yang ada dekat Malaysia untuk melahirkan bakal-bakal engineers, scientist, profesional untuk tenaga kerja Malaysia.
Okey. Terima kasih. Jadi whatever it is, regardless of the percentage of students that you will be teaching, your responsibilities, I believe, are very, very crucial and important. So basically, for this first slot, we are going to have 3 sections. The first one, we're going to look at the overview of higher education. The second one, we're going to look at the goals of higher education. And the third one, we're going to look at the concepts of higher education. But before that, let's have a look at something. I would like to know, in your opinion, what are the functions of higher education? That's number one. And number two, what is or what are your roles in higher education? So if you can go to this URL address. Now, for those who have been assigned the group in my WhatsApp group, I'm going to send this information to you through the WhatsApp group. But for those, because I've seen an increased number of participants, for those who have not been included in the group, temporary group, you can have a look here. So give me a few minutes to share this information with you. Did you get that?
Maaf, boleh letak link dekat chat tak?
Link tak keluar. Kejap ya.
Dalam WhatsApp group tak ada, Prof.
Oh, kejap. Sebab saya dah post tadi. Mungkin terpadam. Okay, sorry.
Prof,
Ya.
letak link dekat chat boleh?
Macam mana? Boleh. Kejap Untuk yang tak masuk dalam grup ni, boleh guna yang dekat sinilah ya. Boleh guna yang saya tulis, yang saya share ni. So kalau ikutkan, let's see. So, dah boleh dah?
Boleh.
Dekat link tu tak boleh nak enter kod lah, Prof.
Link.
Ni, okay, sorry.
Link dekat bawah tu
Kalau
ada
siapa
tapi tak
yang
boleh.
tak dapat kod dia, kalau kata tak dapat yang dalam, siapa yang tak ada dalam WhatsApp group, saya minta maaf. Pergi kepada www.menti.com and boleh guna kod ni lah untuk participate. So kita dah tengok kat sini ada yang tulis functions of higher education: to educate, to train, to enlighten, to assist, to advise. Okay, sekarang kita ada resources. Resources is a good one. Learning, teaching, skills, interactive. Good. So let's see others sharing what they think of the functions of higher education. Ada lagi yang nak share? Oh, nurture. Wow, shape. Education coach. Coach ni mesti Dr. Faizal. Empower.
Iya.
Anda tahu dah agak dah daripada AKP kan?
Iya.
So, advice, education, teaching, resources, prepare. I like this one, prepare the graduates, prepare the future workforce of Malaysia, enhance, produce. So produce, this is a good one too. I like this one, shaping mindset, workforce. So the functions of higher education, you can see that we have nurture, prepare, teaching, sharing, interactive education, educate, wow, socialization, that's very good. This is where we talk about Sulam, as mentioned by PM Rosita just now. Sulam, that's social learning. Communicate, yes. Interaction, sharing, adapt. That's very good functions of higher education. Now, if you look at this word cloud, basically, the bigger the words are, that means more of you actually chose to have this as the function. So if you look here, the four biggest would be teaching, education, workforce, and learning. And then we have a smaller version of the functions that you have opted. Well, very good, very good. Oh, we have more coming. We have also trained student. We have the skills. Skills getting a little bit bigger. Train is also getting a little bit bigger. Develop confidence. So developing confidence in the student or instilling confidence. Produce future leaders. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you still feel that education is the main functions of higher education as what some of you have voted here? Hey, we have Dr. Belinda. Bell. Dr. Bell. Hi. So do you think education is still the biggest function of higher education?
For me, not just education, in terms of workforce as well.
Okay, that means you are educating future workforce of,
Yes.
if you're talking about future of Malaysia. Yep, good, good. Thank you very much. I like this one here. There's new one coming in, just appearing on the screen. Transitioning. Transitioning. May I know who actually chose this? Transitioning?
Saya, Prof.
Siapa tu? Minta maaf, tak nampak.
Sorry, lupa buka siapa.
Okay. Siapa ni?
Bukan saya, Prof. Bukan saya.
Bukan saya. Bukan saya pula.
Farid, Prof Jo.
Dr. Farid, okey. Kenapa transitioning ni, Dr. Farid?
Sebab kita asasi, so we are transitioning the students from secondary education to tertiary education.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. So I guess we have, all of us have some sort of ideas what are the functions of higher educations, so to speak. Now let's look at the second. Let's look at the second slide here. Now you still go to the same address, and then you vote for this one here. And then what we can do, we can actually see what do you think in terms of your roles. You can only have one role or you can have more than one roles. But let us actually look here and try to see the voting for this. So yes, let's try this one. So basically we have 8 options. Teaching, supervising, role modeling, conducting research, getting published, coaching, now this is for AKP, mentoring, wow, okay. So when you talk and relate to your role and the function of university, then we realize that education, of course, it comes with teaching. So that's your first role. Most of you feel that, it has changed. Supervising. So, okay. Keep coming, keep coming. So, role modeling. Conducting research. Supervising. So, coaching, getting published, role modeling. Oh, okay. But still teaching is number 1.
Yeah.
Suddenly role modeling becomes number 3. Okay, so any more coming in? Now, if not, okay. If not, then if we look here, so the relation between the function of higher educations and your role actually matches. So teaching, you basically, your first task is to teach. So of course you are appointed as a lecturer or as an instructor. So your main task, your first task, your role is to teach. And then facilitating, it's also about teaching, about facilitating students' learning. And supervising, at some stage you will have to supervise students. Role modeling, now basically role modeling is also very important. It's almost in terms of the role, almost similar to supervising. And then mentoring basically you don't have to actually meet the students all the time. You can mentor them online, or you can let them be more independent basically. Conducting research is number 6. And then number 7 is coaching. Last but not least, getting published. Now, the irony is one of our most coveted and important KPIs is actually getting published. Articles or in books or chapters in books. But never mind, there's no right or wrong in terms of the roles, your roles in higher education, because these are all our opinions, so not a problem. Anybody would like to comment on this this ranking here? Anybody? Maybe Lieutenant No. Lieutenant.
Yes, Prof. Yes.
Lieutenant No. Okay. What do you think
Yeah.
of the ranking?
I think this is the right one, sir. Prof. Sorry.
The right one.
Because of teaching is the main our work main field. So that's why is the first one. Other than that, is facilitating means we evaluate our student problems, and then we supervise students, and then the others. Yeah.
Sorry. What about getting published? It's the last one.
Yeah, getting published. I think this like not normal. Still not normal in our environment. So that's why we
Not normal. What do you mean by not normal?
still not common lah. Still not common the work. And as a educator, I think the main task is to teach the student.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but now we are exposed by the getting published task. So now we need to enhance our experience, our knowledge on the publishing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dr. Faisal raises his hand. So, Dr. Faisal, would you like to say anything?
Hi, Prof. Yes, I would like to state my opinion.
Okay, sure.
It looks fine actually. Getting published in 8th ranking, because if KPI for lecturer is to publish, then basically they need to have the first 7 criteria before going to get published. So, from my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Nantini raises her hand. Dr. Nantini?
Hi, Prof.
Hi.
Prof, I'm just curious. If let's say we have these 4 tracks of teaching, right? Like teaching, research, administration, and professionalism. So does this ranking, will it like differ in terms of maybe for research, getting published might go up in the rank or something?
Yes, true. Currently, in Malaysia, we have these four tracks, they call it. So teaching, and then we have research, and then we have consultancy, and then we have this some sort of being the admin people. So let's say now most of us now are in this teaching track. So perhaps this ranking is true for teaching track. But let's say one day we have this research track, and most of us choose this research track. Then I believe that conducting research, getting published would be top 2. And of course, it depends on what track that you choose. If you choose consultation later on, so maybe getting grant, for example, or getting people to come and do consultation with you would be the highest ranking. So teaching will be at the bottom of this ranking. And of course, this is not final in terms of whatever your roles are. It can be added depending on the situations of the day. So is that okay, Dr. Nantini?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm sure teaching always comes first. Right?
Yes. Currently now we only have teaching track, and some of us actually chose research track, conducting research track. And we are now, I believe that every one of us is actually preparing our LPPT. And because of that, if you look at it, it's teaching track. So basically that's why teaching is like the most important thing that we have to do. Okay.
Yes,
now,
agreed. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. So let's see anybody raising their hands. Okay, no. So let's continue with this overview. Thank you very much for the participation. Now, a little bit on the history of higher education. The first university in the world was actually established in Morocco in 859 AD by Fatima al-Fitri. Now, what happened was that she converted a mosque into a teaching and learning institution for those who actually left high school. The second university was Al-Azhar University in Egypt, and the third university was in Iran. And 200 years after the first university in Morocco was established, the first university in Europe was established in Italy. And if you look at this scenario, you realize that people from hundreds of years ago, they have actually acknowledged the importance of higher education. And people, or we ourselves, may ask, why must we have higher education? Why can't we just stop at tingkatan 5 or tingkatan 6? So basically, higher education is the place to prepare the students for the future workforce. And depending on the programs that we offer, each university has its own unique programs. For example, UPNM, I believe that our flagship programs would be on the strategic studies, maritime programs, as well as our engineering programs. But that doesn't mean that, for example, language programs are not important. No, everything is important, but there will be some sort of flagship of that particular university. So for us, I believe that it's the maritime, strategic, and now we have the Faculty of Faculty of Medicine. So they have very specific courses on military programs for medical students. So that's also very good. So the importance of higher education cannot be denied, especially to prepare the future workforce of a particular country. Now, we face challenges in terms of higher education, 21st century challenges. Basically, there are 5. And these 5 challenges, they are something that will be here for quite some time, especially now we are facing this pandemic. We have to change the way we deliver our instruction. So let's have a look at the the challenges. The first one, rapid change. Education changes rapidly. You talk about the curriculum, you talk about the methodologies, assessment styles. So basically everything changes quickly in education. Fast pace, especially if you talk about curriculum development and facilities that the students require. When we have face-to-face teaching, we only have the tables, the chairs, the board, the whiteboard, and then you. But now, for example, today, we have this computer in front of us. We must have a speaker if it's not attached and a camera if it's not attached. So fast pace, increased competition. Look at your own situation. If you are a parent, you expect your children to gain more A's than other children. So higher education providers such as UPNM or they also compete to offer better programs in order to attract students. So it's very competitive. Imagine that in Malaysia, almost all higher learning institutions or providers have engineering programs. So how do these programs compete with each other? What is so special about the engineering program offered in UPNM, for example? So that's why it's becoming competitive. IT dependent. As I said, with the pandemic, reliance on IT and ICT is higher since classes are conducted online. Our course now is conducted online. And the economic crisis, the fifth challenge, the pandemic itself has affected many sectors in life, especially if you talk about education. For example, foreign students are no longer allowed to attend Malaysian universities, and especially for private universities who rely on foreign registration, the students' registration, they suffer in terms of their financial sustainability. So these are the five challenges that we have to understand. Now, friends, dear fellow friends and lecturers, I realize that we have not introduced each other at the beginning of the session. I just realized that. So it's not a good practice actually, because we have to know each other. At least we should know the names. So I would like to just quickly introduce myself. I am Juwati binti Johari, and you can call me Jojo. I'm attached to the Language Center of this university. So let's ask Dr. Farid. Yay, Dr. Farid. Now, when you are introducing yourself, kindly switch on your camera so that we can actually identify you. Yes, Dr. Farid.
Okay. Nak apa? Introduce myself, is it?
And fakulti mana, jabatan mana?
Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera to all. My name is Ahmad Farid Muhammad Azmi. Currently, I'm the Deputy Director of Center for Defence Foundation Studies ataupun Pusat Asasi Pertahanan. And I'm teaching biology to pre-medical students lah, ataupun asasi perubatan di Pusat Asasi.
Thank you, Dr. Farid. Dr. Arniyati ada? Dr. Arniyati.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Saya Dr. Arniyati Ahmad from Jabatan Sains Komputer, Fakulti Sains Pertahanan, Sains Teknologi dan Pertahanan.
Okay.
And I'm also a research fellow of Keselamatan Cyber UPNM.
Okay, terima kasih. Dr. Bell. Unmute.
Sorry.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm Belinda Marie Balbraj from Pusat Bahasa. I teach series of course called Cultural Communication and Social Linguistics to Pusat Bahasa students, and basically ESL for the other faculties.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Bell. Dr.
Thank
Fazila?
you.
Dr. Fazila?
Ya, Prof. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
I'm Dr. Fazila binti Sulaiman. I'm from Pusat Bahasa. Currently, I'm teaching academic writing for semester.
Thank you, Dr. Fazila.
Doktor.
Okay. Dr. Hafizah? Dr. Hafizah?
Hello?
Okay, never mind.
Hello?
Okay, sorry, it's Dr. Fizah. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sure.
All right. I'm Dr. Hafiza from FPPP.
Oh, okay.
I teach research. I teach research method and accounting and finance.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Hafizah. I believe that I have never met you before.
Yeah, I did join in December last year.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, thank you and welcome to
Prof,
UPNM.
my video is, I don't know if every time using Microsoft Teams, my video is not working.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank
I'll
you.
try.
Okay, Dr. Nursiati. Dr. Nursiati.
Ya, hello, Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Okay, saya Dr. Nursiati. I'm from FPKP.
Okay.
I'm teach biochemistry. I just joined UPNM this year.
Okay, no wonder I do not know you. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
We should have done this earlier. I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, Dr. Erda. Dr. Erda. Dr. Erda. Paige.
Yeah, hi. Hi.
Yes, introduce yourself, please, a little bit.
Hi. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everyone. I'm Irda, currently attached to Language Center. Nice knowing all of you.
All right, thank you very much. Dr. Faizal. Dr. Faizal.
Yes,
Wow, stadium.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. I believe we have met before.
Of course.
Assalamualaikum, everyone. I'm Faizal Abdul Manaf. I'm from Defence Fitness Academy, Akademi Kecergasan Pertahanan. My expertise is in sports nutrition and exercise physiology.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Dr. Hanis. Dr. Hanis.
Ya.
Dr. Hanis, perkenalkan diri sedikit.
Ya, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Saya Hanis. Panggil saya Hanis, belum doktor lagi, Prof.
Tak apa, insya-Allah.
InsyaAllah. Daripada F3P, saya mengajar pengajar strategi.
Oh, saya tak pernah jumpa lah. Betul, saya tak pernah jumpa. Okey, terima kasih. Kita jemput seterusnya Lieutenant Noh di LDM.
Yes,
Lieutenant
Prof.
Noh. Yes, perkenalkan diri sikit.
Okay, Assalamualaikum semua, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Noh bin Abdin, Royal Maritime Navy. I'm a secondment officer. Now I'm currently working in Jabatan Sains Teknologi Maritim, and I'm teaching naval architecture, hydrodynamic, and also technical mathematics. Currently, I'm attached at the research is Maritime Research and Excellence Center as fellow penyelidik.
Saya rasa tak pernah jumpa Lieutenant Noh ni.
Yeah. I was joined. I joined the UPNM at the end of 2019.
Oh.
After I finished my study at Eco Central de Nantes, France.
Okay, yeah. Good, great. Datuk Nixon. Okay, never mind. Commander Arif. I'm just looking at the names here, yeah. Never mind. Commander Najib Bersara. Yes.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera to everyone. My name is Muhammad Najib bin Abdul Ghani. Currently, I'm serving Fakulti Sains Teknologi Pertahanan. I'm also Ketua Pengarah Operasi at Pusat Maritim.
Okay, alright. Thank you very much. Dr. Nantini?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, I'm Dr. Nandini Sridevi, currently attached to the Department of Maritime Science and Technology. I teach subjects like marine environmental biotechnology, marine pollution, and oceanography.
Oh,
And
that's
also
very hot.
some master students as well, just started teaching masters as well.
Okay, good, Doctor. Good. Commander Arif is online now. Commander Arif, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, assalamualaikum. Very good morning, everybody. Dr. Jojo, nice to see you online.
Nice to see you too.
Can you see me or not?
I can't see. Yes, I can't. I just see the picture, the profile picture. But never mind. Yes. Can you kindly introduce yourself?
It's okay. Never mind. Those who never see me will have a chance to see each other after COVID gone away. Okay, right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm Commander Retired Muhammad Aribian Ahmad. Currently, I don't know what line out of the 4 lines you mentioned earlier. I'm contract for service. I'm contract for service. I'm fellow canon in Maritime Department. Currently holding a head of department station at Lestari. See you later, sometime after COVID.
Okay. Thank you very much, Commander. Let's have Dr. Nohaliza Muhammad Najib. Dr. Nohaliza.
Yes, Prof. I'm Dr. Nohaliza from Fakulti Perubatan. I teach anatomy.
Wow, that's difficult. Thank you very much. Dr. Nur Adenin. Dr. Nur Adenin.
Assalamualaikum and good morning.
Morning.
My name is Nur Adnin. I'm a doctor in I'm from FPKP and I teach public health and also medical statistics. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Miss Ain. Miss Ain.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Nurul Ain, and I'm attached to Pusat Bahasa. Currently teaching foundation studies to Asasi students.
Okay, thank
Nice
you very
to meet
much.
you.
Thank you.
Okay,
And last but not
welcome.
least, Dr. Shima. Dr. Shima. Okay, never mind. So let's continue with our session. Now, this is something that pedagogy is something that I believe everybody has heard of. I believe that in terms of teaching and learning, of course, you will be using pedagogy. So basically, it is the art of teaching, originally teaching children, but scholars have argued that because students at higher learning institutions, about 70 to 80%, they are young adults, so they are considered children. So that's why we use the term pedagogy. Before we move on to the learning theories that are relevant to higher education, let's have a look at these 4 terms that we have here: cybergogy, paragogy, heutagogy, as well as military pedagogy. Now, in brief, cybergogy refers to the teaching and learning online. You use digital technologies basically. And paragogy is actually when you use the peers in the classroom and you use technology for teaching and learning. So that is why it is called paragogy. Heutagogy is when you have students who are very determined. They are actually adult learners, most of them, and they actually drive the learning processes. And last but not least is military pedagogy. Now, this is very relevant to us. The definition of military pedagogy is when you are teaching the future defenders of the nation and in a learning environment that is dictated by military. So that's why for UPNM, you can say that you are using military pedagogy, so to speak. Now, let's have a look at learning theories. There are many types or categories of learning theories, but we are going to look at only two, behaviorism and constructivism. Now, actually, they are on a continuum. Behaviorism is at one end and constructivism is at the other end. So basically, if you look at behaviorism, the famous people behind behaviorism are Watson, Skinner, and they are very famous for classical conditioning as well as operant conditioning. And this is where you actually rewards and give punishment. So basically we have positive and negative reinforcement. This is at one end. And at the other end, this is where we have constructivism. The theory says that students construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing things and reflecting on those experiences. So basically, we give the students the freedom to construct their own knowledge based on whatever that they have gained or experienced before. And the people behind this, we have Dewey, Brunner, Vygotsky, as well as Piaget. And this is where you have cognition or cognitive theory, you have social cognition, social learning theory by Vygotsky, and etc., etc. So I'm sure all of you have been exposed to all this. It's just a matter of using them appropriately. For example, you may ask, how do I use behaviorism? If let's say you are teaching, I once teach, they call it, the course is basic grammar. So if you're teaching, for example, a course such as basic grammar, then you can actually do drilling. By drilling, it means that you say something and the students will actually mimic or parrot you. For example, in your grammar class, you say, I am a boy. So the students will actually mimic and parrot you, will also say, I am a boy. In so doing, the students will actually learn the structure. I must be used with am. And then we must say is, I am a. A is an article and boy is a noun. So basically, that's how drilling functions. And for constructivism, it can be applied successfully and effectively for a higher level student. For example, the third year or the fourth year. So basically, they have actually learned something in their first year or second year. So constructivism or constructivist learning theory is best applied at the later stage of their higher education learning. So basically, that's on pedagogy. Now, national education policy. So when we are doing our work, when we are teaching, or our responsibility is teaching, we have to follow a certain policy. So for us, it's the national education policy. Now, have you seen this policy before? Education in Malaysia is an ongoing effort towards further developing the potential of individuals in a holistic and integrated manner so as to produce individuals who are intellectually, spiritually, emotionally and physically balanced and harmonious based on a firm belief in and devotion to God. Now, have you seen this philosophy before? Let's ask Dr. Haliza. Dr. Haliza,
Yes,
have you seen this philosophy before, Dr. Haliza?
No.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Kalau kita ada anak di sekolah, dekat belakang buku latihan anak tu ada falsafah pendidikan negara. It's written in bahasa Melayu. Pendidikan di Malaysia adalah satu usaha berterusan ke arah mempertingkatkan potensi individu secara menyeluruh dan bersepadu untuk mewujudkan dan melahirkan insan yang seimbang dan harmonis dari segi intelek, rohani, jasmani dan juga emosi berdasarkan kepatuhan dan kepercayaan kepada Tuhan. So, falsafah ni ada dekat belakang buku latihan pelajar. So mungkin nanti boleh tengok siapa yang ada anak di sekolah rendah atau sekolah menengah boleh tengok dekat belakang tu memang akan ada tulis falsafah pendidikan negara. At least masa saya belajar dulu memang adalah, sekarang saya tak tahulah, mungkin dah tak ada. So kita gunakan falsafah ni untuk memandu cara ataupun fokus ataupun misi and visi pengajaran that we have to do. So basically, how is this philosophy relevant to higher education? How best to integrate this philosophy in your teaching? Why does this philosophy matter? Or why bother with this philosophy? And what impact do you think this philosophy has on UPNM? Now, you don't have to answer these 4 questions now. These are supposed to be rhetoric questions. You just use these questions to focus on your teaching strategies as well as teaching philosophy. So, any questions so far from the floor? Any questions so far? If not, let's go to this Padlet. Let's go to this Padlet here. I'm going to share with you the URL address for those who are in my temporary WhatsApp group. And for those who are not, you can follow and type this to go to our next interactive session where you actually have to share your expectations of higher education. So RTJ, I'm typing now IBN SZBFE1 DA, oh my god, it's so long, MR0. I think this is 0. Okay. So use this URL address and then we will be here. Have you reached this?
Address not found, Prof.
Oh my god, address not found?
Yeah, the link doesn't work.
Yes, not found, yeah.
Okay, let me share one more time. Copy link to clipboard.
Copy link je Prof dekat kita punya chat.
Betul. Tadi saya dah type bersungguh-sungguh tak jumpa pula. Allahu Akbar. Sorry.
Copy ya, Prof. Copy.
It's okay.
Dah jumpa dah. Jumpa tak? Dapat tak? Saya dah copy tadi. Bersungguh-sungguh saya type.
Tak dapat.
Tak dapat juga?
Blank Prof. Tak ada.
Tak ada? Tak jumpa Padlet tu atau macam mana?
Keluar macam yang kat skrin.
Prof. Ya, ada second one dapat ya.
Second one dapat. Prof share link dekat chat yang dalam Teams ni, Prof. Ada yang minta.
Okey, kejap Okey, kejap. Saya share kat dalam kita punya MS Team punya ni tau. Dekat MS Team punya ni. Copy link.
Saya dah share dah, Prof. Saya tolong Prof share.
Oh, dah share dah? Okey. So, dapat tak?
Okay, got it.
Dapat.
Okay,
got it.
Saya share the screen. Sekarang ni nampak tak screen yang saya share ni? Yang Padlet tu?
Nampak.
Okay,
nampak,
so
Prof.
macam mana kalau siapa yang dah pernah guna, carry on. Siapa yang tak pernah guna, nampak tak ada button warna pink dekat sini yang nampak campur ni. So klik kat sini, nanti dia akan keluar macam ni. So kita boleh tulislah your expectations. So please share what is or are your expectations of higher education, especially in Malaysia. So nanti dia akan appear kat sini what you share about your expectation. So let's take 1 or 2 minutes to do this. Okay, we have okay, we have 2 currently writing. So, to produce leaders in military and industry. Okay. Okay, not yet. Our standard would be. Okay, somebody actually commented on my question to have proper support system to execute online education to everyone from anywhere in Malaysia. Okay. To prepare future workers or leaders for the country to fulfill current and future jobs by fitting in whatever changes or evolutions occurred from time to time. For example, IR 4.0. Okay, very good. Let's see more coming. Okay, I believe this is the response from my sticky note. I believe our higher education in Malaysia should put more effort in terms of enhancing the curriculum for online learning in parallel to the pandemic situation that is happening now. Very true, very true. So let's see more coming. So, okay. Okay, maybe we could improve our, where is it? Improve our rate of employability. We may use our online learning in preclinical subject, but in critical practical subject, of course it's tough. You still need face-to-face. Yeah, true. I'm no medical doctor, but I do know that if, let's say, everything is to be simulated for medical students or for engineering students, then the students would not have the real thing, the touch of being in physical and real situation. So yes, to spread and enhance knowledge. Okay. To provide more platform to academicians in enhancing. Okay, still writing. To produce graduates with effective leadership. To produce students with skills and knowledge in their specific field of study and extra skills such as entrepreneurial skills. Okay. Okay, good. Top-down management to embrace integrity, role model in nurturing the next generation. To align the knowledge and skills gap required in the country, provide students avenues to enhance their communication and interpersonal skills. All right. Okay. So, Dr. Shima commented that higher education is too academic focused. So more practical programs. So we have to improve interactive styles of imparting knowledge and skills. Yes. What else? Okay. Okay, there's one here. To make sure the course provided can be marketable. Okay, for graduate employability. What else? Okay. Do we have more coming in? Friends, sahabat semua, do we have more coming in? There's one still typing here. To produce graduates with effective leadership, graduates should be able to choose their career path with the courses that have been taken. Okay. Well, now friends, ladies and gentlemen, sahabat semua, are you able to see all this?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Yes, Prof.
So these are your expectations. Of course, there are no in terms of right or wrong. No, everything is okay. The issue is, let's say our expectation does not, or is not fulfilled. Then what do you do about it? Please do not be demotivated. Please keep on doing the best. And just make sure that, students are the top priority in our business. To instill patriotism as part of education. Yes, also very true. Yeah. So I believe that most of you get this here. So it should be fine, should be okay. So this is available, the Padlet is available. You can always come back here. Just remember that if, let's say, your expectations are not met, are not fulfilled, do not despair, move on, still be positive. Okay, so that's what we want. Now, moving on to the second section, which is goals of higher education. Now, basically, there are 4 goals, and these goals were actually created or formulated 71 years ago by McGrath in 1949. So basically, the first goal is actually training the members of the professions and vocations which require formal education beyond the high school. Secondly, performing informal educational services in the community at large. Thirdly, encouraging research and preparing scholars to extend the frontiers of knowledge. And the last one, educating youth to perform intelligently and responsibly. Now, if you look at these four goals, 71 years ago, they are still relevant now. Because if you look at our goals, our own aspirations for new higher education system, all these 5 aspirations come from these 4 goals, actually. So somebody in our Padlet just now talked about entrepreneurial skill. So this is the first aspiration. Now these aspirations come from the Malaysia Higher Education Blueprint, or the Malaysia Education Blueprint, Higher Education 2015-2025. So the first aspiration is instill an entrepreneurial mindset and create a system that produces graduates with a drive to create jobs rather than to only seek jobs. So what we want our graduates to do when they graduate, hopefully they are able to actually become the employers rather than they going out and seek and apply for jobs and become employees. Aspiration 2, construct a system that is less focused on traditional academic pathways and that places an equal value on the much needed technical and vocational training. We have to remember that not all students are academically inclined. Some of them are very good at skills such as cooking, or they are good at repairing a motorbike, for example. So we have to enhance this technical and vocational training. The third aspiration is we have to focus on the outcomes over inputs and to actively pursue technologies and innovations that address students' needs that enable them to have greater personalization of the learning experience. So we have to give some sort of freedoms to the students in order to build their own learning space and learning capability. The fourth aspiration is how do we harmonize public and private institutions in terms of their reliance or too much reliance on the highly centralized government system. So that's why now all public universities in Malaysia, they are already autonomous. What does it mean by being an autonomous university? UPNM is also an autonomous university. So basically we can have our own mind, so to speak. We can decide on what programs that we want to offer, but I believe that one limitation is the fact that in terms of the yearly annual budget, we receive lesser 30% than before we were autonomous university. So basically, if you are autonomous university because you have your own say, because you have to choose what you want to do, then in terms of the budget, the government actually cut accordingly. And the last aspiration is to ensure, because we are receiving a lesser amount of financial assistance from the government. So for aspiration 5, you have to ensure that the financial sustainability, reducing higher learning institutions' reliance on government resources and asking for all stakeholders, pemegang taruh, that directly from the university graduates to contribute as well. So that's why now we have the programs such as Wakaf or endowment, and we have actually alumni contributing to the development of the university. So these are 5 goals or aspirations of our new higher education system. So basically, they are all clear-cut. However, to achieve this can be a huge and massive task. Any questions so far before we go into the last section of this lot, which is the concepts of higher education? Any question?
Doctor, I got something.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Can you please go back to the previous slide of 5 aspirations?
This one?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Sorry, I would like to sort of not to counter, but to dwell a bit further in this.
Okay.
Looking at this aspiration of the new higher education systems, out of the 5 aspiration, okay, none of these really contribute to the mankind as such, but it's more to the tangible outcome of product, instead entrepreneurship, and so on, whereby in our program learning outcome, out of 9, which currently is in my department of faculty, one is talk about cognitive, the second talk about psychomotor, the third and continually are on the soft skill, where the soft skill aspiration is mentioned here instead of to produce something tangible in terms of, you know, it looks a bit materialistic instead of mankind, humanistic, and so on. Can you say something about it?
We are talking about aspiration 1, right?
All the five. Didn't cover the soft skill, the humanity part. What we, as I typed earlier, the aim or the what I wish we do is to produce grade to benefit mankind. Probably you didn't capture the chat that I put to you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
To produce grade to benefit mankind. I put it that way. But here we look into entrepreneurship and then vocational training, data aspiration, activity pursue technology, for where is the soft skill, the ethic, the communication skill, and so on, the effective part in this aspiration. Thank you.
Okay, in this aspiration, this is just my personal view. In terms of the affective or psychomotor, it can be in aspiration 1 as well as aspiration 2 and actually 3. If you look at aspiration 1, this is more of building the students' confidence, for example, building their soft skills for communication, for creative thinking, for problem solving. Because when you are becoming an entrepreneur, for example, not just to open up business, but more towards finding ways of how to solve. So soft skills, as what we have in our L1, can be in aspiration 1. It can also be in aspiration 2, especially if you have a lot of psychomotor activities. So that would be in aspiration 2. That is also part of soft skill. And aspiration 3, this is where you actually have to produce graduates. You commented on our chat something about produce grads to benefit mankind. So yes, of course. And Dr. Aniati asked, is this pembangunan insani? Yes. When you talk about soft skills, it's like you are building sasya. Not only the graduates will have the knowledge, the degree, so to speak, but they will also have sasya, effective soft skills. They know when to say something, they know when to act to or react to something, they know how to respect people, for example, they know how to think creatively, they know how to solve problem, and etc. etc. So I believe personally that if you're talking about soft skills, it's aspiration 1, 2, and 3. The other 4 and 5, they are more for the management of the university to take care of. So our task, I believe, is actually to achieve, fulfill aspiration 1, 2, and 3. And how do we do this? Is by actually looking at our own syllabus, looking at our curriculum, and try to include soft skills, for example, or whatever skills that MQA requires us to add on. So that we can produce graduates who are human, not robots. Does that answer or clarify the issue, Commander Arif?
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. It's the explanation. Now left us to do the implementation part of it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So the concept of higher education, we are going to look at the Malaysia Education Blueprint, just one part of it. And then we are going to look at IR 4.0. And then we're going to look at types of concepts and Malaysian ways, including our university. So this one here, allow me to enlarge this so that we can have a clear look at this. So basically in our Malaysia Education Blueprint, which was launched in 2015, we want to have, or we have 10 shifts or pillars, but they call it shifts. Basically, first is to produce holistic, entrepreneurial and balanced graduates. So this can be, we can refer to what Commander Arif said just now about having balanced graduates, the soft skills, the knowledge. So we want to have an all-rounder kind of graduate, so holistic. And we must make sure that we have talent excellent. We have to develop talents. This is in student as well as in the staff. And then we have to make sure that we promote lifelong learning. And then we must have quality TVET graduates. Now, UPNM is not actually related to shift number 4 that much because we don't have TVET graduates. Number 5, it's about finance. It's about financial sustainability. Shift 6 is about empowering the governance. So this is where we have autonomous university like ourselves, so we can make our own decision. Number 7, shift 7 is about innovation ecosystem. So this is where we have research, development, as well as commercialization. Global prominence. So this is shift number 8. For example, in UPNM, we have renowned scholars and professors who are good at, let's say, nanotechnology. And then people all over the world refer to this professor for nanotechnology. So that is one example of global prominence. Shift number 9 is very relevant now. This is globalized online learning. That's why we have Al-Fatih e-learning portal. That's why we have MOOCs being developed by our own lecturers in order to help students to understand the learning process, to understand the content better. And the last shift is transform higher education delivery. Now, this is very critical. Sometimes we do not get the correct information, or sometimes we get the information late. So we have to transform this. So these are 10 shifts in the education blueprint, higher education. Excuse me. Now, talking about all this, especially lifelong learning, innovation system, globalized online learning, here comes the big word, IR 4.0. If you look at this, it is 4 already. That means we already have IR 1.0, IR 2.0, IR 3.0, and now IR 4.0. So basically, it's a cyber physical system, Internet of Things, as well as networks. There are 3 impacts of IR 4.0 to higher education. The first one, curriculum reorientation. We have to revamp, we have to modify, or we have to change our curriculum from content-based to competency-based education. Excuse me, can I drink something first? Just for a few seconds.
Sure, Prof.
Tiba-tiba dahaga dan tekak gatal. Sorry. So what does it mean by content-based? Content-based is what we have been doing so far, where we have our focus on the cognitive sides of Bloom's taxonomy. So when you want to change to competency-based, this is where you have to focus more on affective as well as psychomotor. So this is where the soft skills will be further developed. The second impact is new literacy. Technology, data, human literacy for lifelong learning. And the third impact, new ways of teaching. So this is actually our focus of the course. How do we teach during the pandemic, for example? So we have to use various strategies. We have to use various styles so that the students can actually be engaged and their engagement is meaningful. So these are three impact of Industrial Revolution 4.0. Now we come to this, the Four Quiet University future model. This is actually from Anayatullah. He's a professor. He came to in one of the universities. He's now in Taiwan, but when he came here, he was in the US. So he came to conduct a workshop in Malaysia, in Dorset Hotel, Putrajaya, on the invitation of our Ministry of Higher Education. So he proposes these four concepts of higher education. The first one is traditional brick mortar university. That means no change, accreditation base. And this is what, when I was a student, this is the concept, the university concept that I was involved in. The second one is what he refers to as jukebox university. There's a marginal change or some marginal changes where new courses are aligned with the elements of IR 4.0, but we retain the old infrastructure or the facilities. The third concept is what he refers to as Uberized university. This is where you have some adaptive changes. We have minimal number of physical university. It is a platform for offering non-traditional degree programs, increased usage of student-driven flexible study modes. Now, this is where you can complete your degree by taking a course from other university, for example. So that is Uberized university. And the last concept is nano or micro certification. And this is the radical change of all. There's no university. You teach and train for the world after jobs, knowledge and skill platform bias, and the students learn for self-satisfaction. So these four concepts have been actually in a lot of argument. These four have been debated at the Ministry of Higher Education, and some are actually trying to adapt this. We will see later what I meant. Now, for the National Defence University of Malaysia, I believe that we are at this jukebox university. We use similar facilities creatively, and there are some courses which are aligned with IR 4.0 elements, and that's about it. Some of you may feel that we are actually brick and mortar university. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But for some universities in Malaysia, they are moving towards micro certification. Now, why did I say this? Since last year and this year, there have been a series of talks and seminars on offering micro certification. So what does it mean by micro certification? It's qualifications offered to short courses and low cost online courses that provide digital certification when complete. And this is where we use a lot of MOOCs in our learning. And when you have distance learning, it's minimal face-to-face sessions that can happen. So basically, some universities are going towards this. So if, let's say, we were to move to nano or micro certification, basically there will be no university. So this is something that the Ministry of Higher Education has to think of, and they have to decide. Maybe we can have a mixture of all this so that we can offer more to the students out there. Or maybe we can just stick to traditional brick and mortar university. Okay, before we end the session, this is something that can help you to understand more. this is a reflection session. If you were given the authority to decide on the goals and aspirations of higher education and the suitable concept for Malaysia, what would those be and why? So let's hear some voices. Let's hear some opinions and thought about if you were given the authority to decide. And let's have a short discussion on this one. Anybody would like to volunteer? Anybody would like to volunteer? What about Dr. Fazila? Dr. Fazila, would you like to volunteer?
Yes.
Yes, if you were
Prof.
given the authority, which goal, which aspiration, and which concept would you use and why?
Um,
Dr. Fazila?
Dr. Fazila, may I say something? While Dr. Fazila is composing answer.
Sure, Commander. Sure, please.
Okay, just now there's slide of 3 changes. The slide of 3 changes.
The slide of this one?
The 3 changes.
This
Yeah.
one or this one? This one?
Yeah, this one.
Okay, sure.
Impact 1, impact 2, impact 3.
Okay.
Okay, I would like to say something on impact 1. Curriculum reorientation, changing from content-based to competency-based education.
Sure.
Okay. The keyword here is content-based, competency-based. I'm strong believer of that university as a menara gading. Menara gading. I would like that concept to remain there because I believe in university, this is where we deliver the knowledge. We build the graduate with knowledge. When we talk about competency, is the application of the knowledge that they gather in the menara gading. If we can give that that knowledge to them, it probably in the sense of content, knowledge. Wherever they are, whenever they are di mana saja mereka berada, they can apply this knowledge where we give them here 3 or 4 years period in university to whatever competency they need to conduct. It can be about ship, it can be anywhere. So I believe that the content is still very, very important. Competency, they can sort of creatively adopt and adapt to do what they are supposed to do out there. That's how I view university as still a matter where we should give them knowledge.
I also have similar feeling towards this, but I believe that they are referring to the our L1 when we actually design our course learning outcomes. So we must make sure that it is biased towards competency based. Of course, the content is very, very important. Without the content, the students wouldn't be able to do what they are supposed to do. The name content based refers to the fact that previously we always look at the cognitive side of the Bloom's taxonomy. So for competency based, we have to make sure now we are refocusing, not only focusing on cognitive, but we are also refocusing on the affective as well as psychomotor of the Bloom's taxonomy. Now, I'm sure all of you will say that, oh, we already have affective psychomotor in our course learning outcome. But how do you make the assessment? Now, this is another thing that we have to make sure that everything is parallel. So if let's say you are testing the students on a psychomotor skill, then the assessment that wants to assess that must reflect. So this is what they are talking about, competency-based education now. Because some of our course learning outcomes, the assessment that we have prepared, do not actually measure that. So this is something that not one lecturer or educator must do, but the overall or everybody in that department for that particular program must understand. So I believe that what you said is true, but in terms of this, the term content-based and competency-based, that's another way of looking at it. Okay?
Okay, thanks. Bro.
Right, welcome. Dr. Fazila, is Dr. Fazila online?
Yes, Prof. Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, Prof. Sorry.
Okay, cepat. Tiba-tiba lah jadi Menteri Pendidikan.
Yeah, true. How about Jukebox University, Prof?
Jukebox? Okay, Jukebox. Kenapa?
Because align with IR 4.0 and then also use similar facilities creatively. Also, I think I'm pretty sure that I am actually familiarizing with all these actually, Prof. All the models at the moment.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I think at the moment I mean about jukebox because maybe the name also quite unique.
Maybe when you become the Minister of Higher Education, then we can have Fazila's University model. Okay.
Allah,
All right. Welcome. Thank you so much. Dr. Hafiza, which one, if you were the, let's say, given the authority, Dr. Hafiza, which one? Goal, aspiration, and concept.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, same, Prof.
Salam.
Same. I prefer jukebox as well.
So, why?
Okay. Yeah. Say relate to my subject. My subject is accounting.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me, Prof? Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Let's say for accounting, we cannot totally change it because let's say my subject is accounting. We follow the SCCA syllabus. Okay. And SCCA is exam oriented, and their syllabus is more relate to jukebox more jukebox. So if for my course, the jukebox universities, yeah, and I believe we are not ready to I mean Malaysian is not ready to for the especially for the nano and micro certifications, and yeah, nano and micro certifications it's quite common in the US but not Malaysia. If for Malaysia, if you want to change jukebox universities, quite okay lah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Hafiza. Now, these are the references that I have used for the slides. And I have also shared the slides in our temporary WhatsApp group. Now, if let's say you still have questions, please reach out and let's support each other. I can be reached at jawati@upnm.edu.my. And I guess that's the end of the first session or the first slot. So we will have a 5 minutes break and we will resume at 10:55 for the second slot. Is that okay?
Okay, Prof.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So we will start again at 10:55. Okay.
Sorry, boleh tak nak minta organizer stop recording dulu untuk yang slot 1 so that kita ada pecahan-pecahan recording untuk slot-slot ni. And then start recording balik lah untuk slot yang kedua.
Tu Farid, betul.